So just when you thought that SolarWinds was out of the news, it jumps right back in, but this time it appears to be Chinese hackers taking advantage. So more on that here in a minute. Also, law enforcement takes down Emotet, so that's pretty cool. So more in a second. Hi everybody, welcome to StudioSec. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if any of this is useful, comment down below if you have any news items that you might have picked up, and subscribe for more content I'm posting every week. Now, it's been a minute since we've talked about SolarWinds. Last time we talked about it, and here's a link to that video. We were talking about just kind of what happened. We were getting through some updates, through the January updates, and it really kind of looked like the extent was kind of unknown. But here we're starting to see that the extent is kind of starting to show itself, and that is that it wasn't just what is believed to be the Russians taking advantage. Apparently now the report is that Chinese hackers were taking advantage. So we're going to put up here on the screen just kind of the story, and we're going to kind of scroll our way through here. But here, according to Reuters, the title, of course, is Suspected Chinese Hackers Use SolarWinds Bug to Spy on U.S. Payroll Agency. So again, the important thing is suspected. Whenever it comes to attribution, you can never 100% determine that it's somebody until they admit to it, right? We talked about that in one of the previous SolarWinds video, but they wouldn't make this report out of thin air. So that's also important. So just for attribution for this article, it's Christopher Being, Jack Stubbs, Raphael Satter, and Joseph Men. These are, the authors here. So, but just to kind of summarize what happened here, it looked like they used the SolarWinds bug to, get into the payroll agency for the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Now, as you continue to read down here, you start to see some conflicting information, right? So, the sources were, of course, anonymous, saying that this happened. But of course, a USDA spokesman sent an email, quote, USDA has notified all customers, including individuals and organizations, whose data has been affected by the SolarWinds Orion code compromise. In a follow-up statement after the story was published, a different USDA spokesman said the NFC was not hacked and that, quote, there was no data breach related to SolarWinds, unquote, at the agency. He did not provide further explanation. Now, this next paragraph, let's just get into some satire. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said attributing cyber attacks was, quote, a complex technical issue, unquote, and any allegations should be supported with evidence. Quote, China resolutely abhors and combats any form of cyber attacks and cyber thefts. Okay, it's definitely something to keep an eye on, even though we're not getting necessarily, a confirmed, any kind of confirmation here. We're getting an anonymous source saying that this happened. We're saying that they did notify people of, of an attack. But then we're later getting kind of a reversal from the USDA saying there was no attack. These mixed messages, that's one thing. So definitely keep an eye on that here in the future. So we knew that the SolarWinds attack was going to produce events downstream. We just didn't necessarily know when or what that would look like. So here's kind of some evidence of that happening. Just kind of keep an eye on the news. Maybe something else will happen. And of course, if it does, I'll be sure to talk about that later on this channel. Next news item, Emotet, big botnet. That's what Emotet is. So Emotet is a malware strain and cybercrime operation believed to be based in Russia. Hey, we were just talking about them. Look at them, they're busy. The malware, also known as Hyodo, was first detected in 2014 and deemed one of the most prevalent threats of ? Oh no. Well, that basically just describes what we need to know about Emotet, right? Big botnet used in intelligence operations. Well, guess what? International law enforcement has pretty much taken a large chunk of Emotet down. So of course, we're gonna read here from Andy Greenberg with Wired. Cops disrupt Emotet, the internet's most dangerous malware. A global operation has taken down the notorious botnet and a blow to cyber criminals worldwide. So of course, it mentioned in the description earlier that we read that it's not just, a Russian intelligence op, it, is also used in cybercrime. You'll notice that some of the APTs coming out of Russia might be closely linked to cybercrime. So that kind of fits a theme here. Europol announced today that a worldwide coalition of law enforcement agencies across the US, Canada, and the UK, the Netherlands, Germany, France, Lithuania, and Ukraine had disrupted Emotet, what it called the most dangerous malware in the world. The global effort, known as Operation Ladybird, coordinated with private security researchers to disrupt and take over Emotet's command and control infrastructure, located in more than 90 countries, according to Ukrainian police, while simultaneously arresting at least 2 of the cyber criminal crew's Ukrainian members. So a massive up, all right? This is incredible. Now, one of the important things I want to point out here is that there was coordination that it said here between law enforcement agencies and cybersecurity researchers. Now, in the previous news video, we talked about the very tight and collaborative culture within cybersecurity that, we're not competing, we're working together. And you can clearly see that today. It doesn't matter whether or not you work for government, you work for private sector, you work, kind of on your own. This is really all a collaborative effort to increase the cybersecurity of our environment, right? And you can clearly see that today. So from StudioSec, I want to, give a congratulations to everybody involved here. Excellent work. And, thank you to the researchers that put their time into this to help out law enforcement. So with all that, those are kind of the 2 main news items I want to hit right now. Like if this was helpful at all or interesting to you. Comment down below with what you thought was the most interesting news item if you have anything you want to talk about. And subscribe for more content I'm posting every week. Thank you.